Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to the Broncos Buzz on the MHRT network, as well as our own channel, Broncos Buzz on YouTube. I am your host, wait a minute. Where the heck is Spence? Spence, where are you? Hey, what the heck? Where
Hey,
the heck
Peter.
are dude? Where are you? That's not the background I'm used to. What the heck?
No, this is my backyard. So in my backyard here in Santa Clarita, we've installed a distillery so we could brew our own alcohol, our own beers. We're going to come out with our own Broncos Buzz collection of pale ales, Mexican lagers, amber beers, IPAs, everything you're looking for. Bronco Buzz coming to a market near you.
All right. Now I know that is not correct because
No,
your
that
wife
is
would
not
kill you.
correct. So
Where are
I
you?
am in Montrose, Colorado, at a place called Shelter Distilling. Thank you, Gavin, who is one of the helpers here. And I'm promoting Shelter Distilling, an amazing brewery and distillery here in Montrose, Colorado. They also have a location in Mammoth Lakes in California. They brew their own beers. They have a great line of beers. They also brew and distill their own whiskey, their own bourbon, their own vodka, their own gin, their own rum, their own coffee liqueurs, everything you can think of. But
Now, is it just that, or is it a restaurant too?
there is an incredible restaurant. I've got my family that's right over here munching away on a great salad. In fact, I see my dad right now munching on his amazing salad. My son's having his dinner. If you guys are in the Montrose area, you have to come by here. Their beers, which I'll be promoting later on, are some of the cleanest, freshest beers. They do not sell them in local liquor stores, unfortunately, right now, but they do have their own spiced cocktail drinks that you can find in local liquor stores and in Safeways in the Colorado area. In California, they're only in private little liquor stores, but we're going to be hopefully be visited later on by Jason, who's one of the owners. So come on down if you're in the Colorado area. Come to Montrose, Colorado on the western slope to Shelter Distilling. You'll be having a great time, and say hi to Jason for me.
Absolutely. Met him earlier, not personally, obviously.
So we'll start with
still
the
in
first
California.
beer, which I got a head start up on, and this is their Twilight Amber Ale, 5.2% alcohol, has their own hops, their own brewing that they do here. Definitely, I'm bringing a 6-pack of this home with me.
That cracks me up, man. All right. Now, we as the Broncos Buzz are not this is not an alcohol show,
No.
but because that's where he is, we're going to promote them. Why? Spence, because they're promoting us.
They're promoting us. They're letting us be right here. We are actually inside of their distillery room where you could see they just finished making a large batch of their premium whiskey products. They age it initially for about 2 to 4 years, but as they are growing and getting so more popular, they're going to be having them aged in barrels that they can only use once, have to be brand new charred barrels for 8 years. I cannot wait to taste some of that whiskey. Even though I'm not a hard alcohol drinker, definitely looking forward to trying some of that one day.
Nice. All right. Now, before we get into the sports side of it, let's go to the very first chat. It's Terry Speed. Never seen you before. Thank you so much for jumping in the chat. Really do appreciate it. He says, okay, where's Colonel Spence? Okay. You just found out. He goes, I can't wait. I need to know. The pain is not knowing, it's agonizing. Excuse me. Hurry up and start the show. I can't get the buzz on.
Hey, Terry, wherever you are, speed your way over here to Shelter Distilling. Definitely try some of their beers. Their food is absolutely amazing. They've got an amazing view of the Rocky Mountains out this way. which here,
Well, you could have had that as a background.
well, I could, but I wanted to.
Yeah,
I
you
wanted
can't.
to show the
Oh, yeah, you
distiller.
can kind of see him. You can kind of see it. All right. David Yonkin chimes in, says, evening, Bronco Maniac. Some people say we're going to get that topic, talking about Bo next, is a computer, which he picked up Sean's system after week 4 or 5. Very good. Very good. Absolutely.
Input alert. Input alert.
You know what? I'll tell you what. We're going to get into some, and this is the main topic. And I want you guys in the chat to really chime in on this. I want to know your thoughts about it, because there's certain things in here that trigger other points that I want to bring out. So I definitely want your input. David Yonkin also says, evening, Bronco Maniac. Some people say Bo is a supercomputer, which he did. Oh, we already got that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Robert Marino, my nephew, Bobby says, the suspense of where Kona is killing me. Well, now you know. Then he goes and he follows up by, wow. Yeah, that's what I say. How cool is that, man, that you're able to do something? That's pretty sweet, dude. Pretty freaking sweet. It says, Robert said, follows up, says, I guess you do need to be in a brewery to be a
It enhances your Bronco
to
nation.
be a Broncos fan. It's messed up.
Well, hey, you know
David Yonkin says, well, it does help.
It does help. Yes.
A different way to spell my name there, Bobby. Brunco Bill. Hey, Flying Dragons, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while. My friend says, what's up, Broncos country? I say, what's up with you? How you doing, my friend? All right. Before we go into this first topic, do want to say one thing. Happy Father's Day to each and every one of you out there who is a father. That you don't have to be a natural father. I'm not. I mean, I don't call it Father's Day with me. I call it Dad's Day. I'm not a biological father. I didn't produce a child. I can't. I was born sterile. So that being said, I am a dad. So and my dad still, my son still calls me dad, and he always tells me Happy Father's Day, and that touches my heart. Absolutely does. So each and every one of you out there who's biologically or not, Happy Father's Day this Sunday. Enjoy. Be safe, but enjoy. And that goes to you, Kona, because your dad is sitting, well, I guess.
Dad's right.
Yeah, that way.
Right over, he's this way.
Yeah.
He's sitting right over there. So, Dad, if you're watching, Happy Father's Day to you. We went fishing today, and he watched both of his grandsons catch some fish, including my son, who caught a 2-foot bass.
Nice. Well, that's great, man. That's really good time. And you're staying there through Father's Day?
I'm staying here through Father's Day, through next week. We'll be back in the house for next Friday's show, where I'll show the real brewery we're building in our house.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Over my wife's dead.
I was just gonna say, Anna's not gonna go.
No.
So anyway, so like I said, Happy Father's Day to you too, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy Father's Day to you.
Thanks. Very, very appreciative. Thanks. David Yonkin says, I love my kids to death, but love them more when they go home.
I'm not there yet, David, because I've got an 8 and a 10-year-old, but I understand the feeling. So
let me go down. Let me go down grandparents lane for a moment. We're going to have our grandkids starting next Monday, and then they'll be going back probably on Saturday of next week. And 23rd, my son's going to be out of town. And so we wanted to have them anyways. But the bottom line is this. The good thing is we're grandparents, so we do know they go home. We do know they go home. So, but I love my kids. Love my grandkids. I love my son to death. I love by the way, had a fantastic reunion last Saturday in La Jolla, California. It was absolutely over the top. I'll send you some pictures, Spence, after the show.
Nice.
But just a great time. My sister, my brother-in-law, my nieces, my nephews, my grandkids got to meet their cousins for the first time. It was great. It was great. Go ahead, read it.
Flying Flying Dragon. My dad took me to my first Broncos game, and Johnny Unitas was the quarterback of the Baltimore Colts. We sat in section 102 of Old Mile High Stadium for nearly 40 years together. Wow.
Wow. That is awesome.
Bill, I
That
think you were
is-
still in your 50s back when Johnny Unitas played.
Well, you're pretty close. You're pretty close to that. Yeah, Johnny Unitas. Oh, hey, speaking of Johnny Unitas, do you know what team he? And I know it's going to come back to kill me, but do you know what team he ended up playing before he retired? The last team he played.
I think the Chargers. Yep.
And the only way I know, like everybody thinks I'm a Charger fan. I live in Southern California. I hear this all the time. All this stuff that just sticks in my freaking brain.
Hang on. The boss has checked in with us. Hi, honey. I love you. Hi, JoJo. Hope you're doing well.
Anna, that's fantastic because we were just saying Happy Father's Day to each other, and obviously to his father. So that's great, man. That's awesome.
Best husband and father in the world. Can someone take a picture of this, please? I'm going to put it up on the walls and plaster it all over the house.
I just want to know. I just want to know if Anna is happy that you're away for a while. Oh, she is. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. We are 12 minutes into the show. We haven't even gotten to the first topic yet. So let's start. How's that? The topic of the show is Nix is more comfortable in the offense. Huh? How can he be more comfortable in the offense? They haven't done anything. They're just OTAs. What do you mean he's more comfortable in the offense? We'll get to that. Here we go. Bo Nix, heading into year 2, believes he has a better understanding of Peyton's offense. He said, and I quote, "I feel like I'm a lot further along. Just spitting out play calls is a lot easier, and processing it, it's a lot better. It's a lot more enjoyable, not thinking right now, as opposed to what I was trying to do and doing my best last year. It's fun, and it's fun to be in the know," end quote. Last season, now here's where we're going to get into things I want to talk about. Last season, Bo Nix threw for 3,775 yards, 29 touchdowns, and 12 picks as a rookie. And mind you, Sean Payton had never worked with a rookie quarterback as his main quarterback ever before Bo Nix. Okay. That's fantastic. 37, 75, 29, and 12. Great numbers, right? Nobody had film on him. Now they do. And we have a harder schedule. And people are saying the Broncos are going to make the playoffs. We're going deep, blah, blah, blah. I cannot buy that at this point in time. He may feel comfortable all he wants. That's well and good. But that's now. That's not week 1, week 5, week 10, week 12, whatever. It's not. The point I'm trying to make, guys, is this. I know I'm going to get naysayers out there that say, "Oh, Bill, you're just a Debbie Downer, blah, blah." No, I'm not. I'm a realist. I look at this and I say, okay, he had a fantastic year for a rookie.
Yeah.
Going forward, harder schedule. There is film on him now. Defense are going to make changes, which means Bo Nix has to make changes. Okay? That's fine. My point is this. Are those numbers going to be better, the same, close to the same, or worse? What do you say, Spence?
I think they're going to be better because, let's go back even further. Sean Payton and Drew Brees. Drew Brees had always made comments about how complicated Sean Payton's system was, how complicated it was to pick it up when he came from your second favorite team, the Chargers, over to the Saints. So,
my second team.
And Bo Nix had a broken back for the final 5 to 6 games of the year. So the combination of his development, his growth, Sean Payton now going to open the entire playbook. Remember the one scene that we all as Bronco fans love seeing was when Bo Nix and Sean Payton got into an all-out shouting match on the sideline. Bo Nix wanted more. Bo Nix wanted to really open up the playbook. When Drew Brees had his first season with the Saints and Sean Payton had said, if I remember right, I only opened approximately 30 to 40% of the playbook. It wasn't until the second season that that full playbook was open. This is the same scenario. So you might see Bo Nix, if he's healthy, stays healthy, remains healthy, and continues his growth. That playbook is going to expand immensely. I mean, think of all the trick plays that they could now do that you didn't see any much trick plays. You didn't see much of deception that was going on. Now, with the growth and the maturity, the understanding, and the heart that Bo Nix has, you're going to see a crazy playbook that none of the other teams have seen before. Yes, they have film on them. Yes, they had film on him when he was in Oregon. Yes, they had film on him when he was in Auburn. But now you're going to add a player growing up and a playbook expanding. I say watch out. I don't think the schedule is much more difficult than the last year. It is a third place schedule. I still firmly believe we're going to go 14-3 with 3 losses to your Chargers, Bill, to KC on Christmas Day, which is a complete setup, and at Philadelphia. I'm looking for huge, successful numbers this season. Chat, what do you think? Bill, what do you think?
I'm concerned about that back injury because when you have to twist your body to fire a dart or to run out of the pocket and spin your body around to throw across your body or to the side, whatever, how is that going to hold up? Now, how severe was the back injury? Was it maybe muscles? Was it actually a vertebrae break? I don't know. And that's concerning. That's good. Uh-oh, he froze. Oh no, Spence, you froze. Did you freeze?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. No, but
I'm focused. I'm focused on
got
what you're
it.
saying.
So what do you think? Was it a literal back break of a vertebrae? Or was it muscle something because he still moved around? He still was able to.
No, I think he was limited those last 5 games. And the more you go back and take a look, I looked at some of those games because the NFL Network replayed some of those games. He was not moving or as agile as he could be. He showed in those first 8 games of the season. So we've got a quarterback who's on the mend, who's healed, who is hopefully 100% healthy. You got a playbook that's opening up. You got a schedule that's favorable. I know there's a few comments, and I'm going to show one here from Robert Moreno. Broncos have no run game, so Nix is going to be forced to air it out and have crazy passing stats by default. Yes and no. This is why the Broncos drafted running backs. This is why they've been bringing in more offensive linemen. They're trying to get that running game to match and be a complement to Bo Nix's ability. So, yes, they may not have a running game that you saw last year, but that's last year. Let's see what happens this year with the ever expansion of the running game and the enhancements. And you want to know something? The offense may not have to rely on so much. That defense might win every single game for them. I eat bananas. Welcome to the show.
Nice. He says, hey, I said, hey, what's up? Glad to have you in the chat, man. Thank you so much for checking out the show. Really do appreciate it. Excuse me. We already got that one. David Yonkin Broncos didn't have to play catch up last season. Meaning what? There were games we had to come back from.
Yeah. If I remember right, remind me, Raider fans, weren't you up 14-0 at the Broncos last year stadium, and we ended up opening a can of whoop you know what?
Whoop you know what? What? Oh, that. I know that. Hey, Flying Dragon Film says, I'm still concerned about the tight end position, even with Ingram. Do you think that in the Ingram signing put the Broncos in a better position, but gave them something or someone, I should say, that Sean Payton's familiar with? I mean, that's the whole purpose, right?
It helps, but I think we got to see it first. I mean, on paper, it looks a lot better. Chemistry wise, it's going to look a lot better, but until we see it on field production wise, I agree the tight end position is still a little of concern because we didn't have much production last year.
All right, let's tie these two in. Going back, David Young said Broncos didn't have to play catch up last season. Not a lot of the games is what he was saying.
Yeah, they played catch up in a few. They didn't play catch up in others. Regardless, that was last season, but they're building upon it. Their culture is getting bigger. The defense. Oh my God! All these off-season signings that we have. I cannot wait for that first game. And I'm not going to be mixing words here. There might be games that the Broncos defense score 21 points, our offense scores 10, and the other team only scores 3 or 5 points, or say, oh God, I can't talk right away. Score 6 points. So the defense might outscore our offense in some games, and it's going to be really interesting.
All right. Let me bring this up. Okay, so you're talking about the players that the Broncos got as far as free agency and trades, whatever, draft picks, all that. Well, put draft picks aside on this one. The Broncos, since I've been a fan since 1976, have basically done it through the draft. Terrell Davis, Shannon Sharp, Rod Smith, Steve Allen. I mean, the list goes on. Now the trend is shifting more towards free agents that are older, more seasoned, experienced, yes, but older, don't have that many years left. I'm not sure I like this trend, and I'll tell you why. The New York Yankees and the LA Dodgers have done it forever, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work because you've got too many egos, too many guys that are seasoned, and they, you know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe they got this attitude. Hey, I've been around for 15 years, 14 years. I know what I'm doing. You know, that kind of attitude, kind of like a la Russell Wilson. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So I know. I'm sorry I put that little shot in your back, but does that make sense to you? And no, I know what you're saying, that we got these great guys, and I hope they work out. But
the Broncos, I think, are still building leadership through the draft, through free agency. They're bringing in complementary players, support players. You know, on defense, who did we bring in? We brought support players from San Francisco. We brought in support players as free agents to help with the leadership that's already there. On offense, we've got Bo Nix. You've got other leadership who is already established there through the draft, and the pieces that we're bringing in through to help complete the puzzle through free agency is just bonding the chemistry and the culture all together.
Okay, that makes sense. It makes sense.
I think we got to show this comment.
That one?
Yep.
I think we need to keep our eye on Caleb Larner. I think he will surprise you. Who is he? I am unfamiliar with him.
I am unfamiliar with him, but it's Madungus, so could be the water boy.
Oh my gosh, man. Shoot. Yes, Madungus, the Broncos do have one of the youngest teams in the NFL. That is true. But when you have one of the younger teams, yes, they can all grow together.
Yes.
But again, I don't see how if we got one of the youngest teams, how in heaven's name, Spence, are we going 14-3?
Because you've already established a winning culture. You enhanced and improved the defense. The offense is going to get better. The playbook is going to open, and the schedule favors us because we're going to play the NFC East. We'll probably lose to Philly. We'll win the other three, and we have to face the AFC South. We should sweep them. In the AFC West, we'll probably go 4-2, take care of the Raiders twice, split with the Chargers, your Chargers, and the Chiefs. And we got to play against Cincinnati and the Jets, winnable games. I think there is a winning culture that is just getting stronger and stronger here, and you're avoiding the Buffaloes, you're avoiding the Pittsburghs, you're avoiding the Baltimores.
We don't get to play against it. Oh, that's for a later topic.
Oh,
Sorry. Oh, sorry. Just going with what you're saying. Sorry.
oh no, we don't have to play against the married guy yet. Anyway,
Anyways, Madungus says it's the rookie tight end that is Caleb Lanier. And David, David, you brought up a great point. Great point. It's funny. Last season was supposed to be a rebuild year for the Broncos, but we went 10-7. Is absolutely not a rebuild.
no, and I think it's the crafty drafting, and I will say this: Bo Nix was the target of the Broncos leadership the entire time at where they drafted last year, because he had the most experience, the most savvy, and the highest rating intelligence wise of all the quarterbacks. Plus, he was a 4-year starter at Auburn. His dad was a quarterback at Auburn, went to an incredible system in Oregon. So you have that franchise quarterback in place that you can build around, and the culture is just getting better and better in the defense. So I look for a lot of improvement this year. I know, let's see, someone said they were going to go 11 and who was it? Oh, David Yonkin. You thought 11-6 or 12-5, better defense, better offense. Agreed. Possibility. There was 1 or 2 games that I thought would lean our way that you may see as losses. So I'm expecting a great season from these Broncos, hopefully competing for not only the division title, but the #1 seed.
Okay, this one I'm going to throw directly at you, Spence. Robert Marino, Bobby, my nephew, says, but do you really trust George Payton's draft picks?
Right now, yes. So far, we haven't had a bust per se, or a sizable bust.
Well, okay, we haven't had a bust on draft picks, but we did have one on a signing.
Oh, no, sign. But the question is draft
Right.
picks, not signing.
True.
Because I will tell you this: any real Bronco fan, as soon as we signed Russell Wilson, went, "Oh no," and we gave him how much?
Mhm.
Oh no. I'm so excited for that Giants game after we come back from London. Looking forward to 2 defensive guys grabbing each leg and making a wish of Russell Wilson.
Yeah. Well, we don't play them this year. Oh, do we? Oh, yeah, the Giants. That's right. I kept thinking Pittsburgh. Yeah, Giants. No doubt. Yeah, you're right.
Hello, McFly.
Whatever. All right, guys, you're fantastic in the chat as always. We love it. We will always bring up your chats because without you guys, we don't have a backbone. Absolutely, do not have a backbone.
Madungus, I like your prediction there.
13-4. I think I said 11-6. So I was one better than last year. That I said, or one better than 10. Something like that.
Promotion time. Moving on to the next beer with Shelter here. This is the Strong Pale Ale, an amazing beer. Got a great aftertaste. It's a pale ale lager.
What's the flavor? It's got citrus in it or anything?
No, it's got a dry aftertaste. Oh, so nice.
Nice, man. Oh wow. We may have to change your name from Kona Spence to something else. Just saying.
I'll keep the Shelter
before
1 week for 1 week.
There you go. Before we move on to the next topic, do give one more shout out to where you are, and because they are so kind and generous to allow you to broadcast remotely from their establishment. So we really do appreciate it.
So I'm at a place called Shelter Distilling in Montrose, Colorado. They also have a location in Mammoth Lakes in Northern California. Incredible brewery and distillery all in one. They do tons of different beers here, and they also do whiskey, bourbon, vodka, rum, gin, coffee liqueurs, all the distillery. Gentleman named Jason's one of the owners here. Their food is impeccable. I just love it. Great value. So if you come here to Montrose, which is 70 miles south of Grand Junction, stop by Shelter Distilling. I almost said distillery. Sorry. And get their products. Have a great time. I've got an amazing view at the western slope.
Yeah, whatever. I got an amazing view of the screen.
But
well,
definitely, if you're in the Colorado area and you're traveling around and you come to Montrose, got to stop by and have a quick meal and enjoy their brewery here. Great entertainment, plenty of space. The restaurant is entirely full here. The view is incredible. Great place to bring kids. There's plenty of games to play, and the band that's going on outside right now.
Sweet.
Love this place, and we'll definitely be coming back.
And by the way, it's your first time there ever, right? Inside that stuff. Oh, second time. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, good. Yeah, we want to plug them. Not that we're plugging people drinking. That's not what the show is about. The reason why he is there is because he had an opportunity to be remote. He wanted to promote them as an up and coming establishment, and they're promoting our show. So that's why we're doing it.
93 degrees out here, David. He was asking, what's the temperature here?
Oh, in Colorado right now?
Right now is 93 today. I don't know what it is right now.
Would you stop? I don't like to plug people. And I did not plug nobody with a ding dong.
Oh, God. Okay. We're not going. Moving that topic. And by the way, Robert Moreno is asking, how far is Montrose from Broncos Stadium? It's about 5 hours. You go west on the 70 from Denver to Grand Junction, and then you drop down about an hour and 10 minutes to Montrose. But if you guys want a point, Telluride skiing area is about an hour away from us. Amazing skiing.
Oh, Telluride. Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
Telluride.
Right.
You fly into Montrose, and then you drive up to Telluride. Great ski area.
Hey, Florida got you beat. 96 in Florida.
Yeah,
David Youngkin.
Yeah, but in Florida, I love the humidity, and I could go for a run right now and drop 10 pounds.
That's true. So let me ask you, Spence, you having fun? I'm
enjoying the show. I'm enjoying the show, and if I could do the next topic, I would love to.
What topic is that, my friend?
All right, so a Oakland Raider running back is starting to give materials for the Broncos. Some running back.
Wait, whoa. I didn't have this topic, dude.
I know.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this your buzzsaw?
This is my buzzsaw.
Okay, good. Yeah, all right. Here we go.
Some Vegas Raider running back who they drafted, who came from Boise State, was interviewed recently about looking forward to his competition. Gentry said, yes, I look forward to playing against the Chiefs, the Chargers, and some other team. I can't remember.
He did not say that.
Yes, he did. He did not remember the team. Now, of course, he was
Wait. Stop for a second.
Yeah.
He went to Boise State?
Yeah, the Broncos.
What's their nickname? Broncos. Hello.
Now, he was probably joking around and fooling around and everything like that.
True.
But then they showed him some pictures of famous Broncos, one of them being Champ Bailey. And he went, I don't know who it is.
No way.
He had no idea who he was. So a word to Mr. Gentry. When you come to our hospitable stadium later this year, looking forward to you not being very effective and looking forward to the new defense for the Broncos stopping you in your tracks. You may run all over the Chargers. You may run all over the Chiefs, but you're not running out of the backfield when you deal with the Broncos twice this upcoming season. I know you're playing around and having fun, but you just gave our defense bulletin board material.
Exactly what I was going to say.
Fun.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Thank you very, very much. Thank you so much for putting that in neon lights right above in the locker room saying, he said what?
Huh?
Really? Uh-huh.
Well,
you don't think the middle linebackers are going to be chomping at the bit to just knock his.
Oh,
Okay, you remember Steve? You remember Steve Atwater knock
oh yeah.
Christian Okoye backwards?
Yes.
I would love to see that. I
Yep.
would love to see that.
Oh, hang on.
Oh boy.
No, oh no. I agree with you, David, because he didn't really look at his stats against the weaker teams, lit them up. Look at his stats against the premium teams, against the high caliber ranking teams. Eh, eh, eh. I mean, yeah, but here was some of the things. They were down by a lot of points, and the defense were playing pass, 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 and he was doing draw plays for 15, 20 yards, but they were down by 20 points against some of the tougher teams. This is the pros now. So, Raider fans, I know they're oogling, they're drooling. Chewy, I know you're listening and watching out there. I know you think you got a new stud, but let's wait until we see you guys coming in the first few weeks and wait until he runs into the Broncos' new defense.
Yeah. When I bring it up, I just want to always read it in case people are just listening and not watching. David says, I'm still not convinced that Gentry played in a hard division in college. That's what Spencer's talking about. He follows that up by saying, huge difference between college and pros. No doubt about it.
Huge, huge difference.
No difference.
Now,
no doubt.
Personally, I'm rooting for the guy because he came out of Boise State, finished, let's see. I can't remember what he finished in. Oh no, he didn't win the Heisman Trophy. Let's see. I don't know if he was even there. There were 4 guys. I know the other 3, but I don't remember Gentry being there. Just kidding, playing around.
Yeah, I know. All right. Let's get into. Will this ever stop?
Drama?
Will it ever stop? Nope. Before that, the jackass of the week.
You suck, you jackass.
Yes.
This guy is a forever problem.
He might be the king of
on and off the field. He might be what?
King of the jackass of the week.
Jackass of freaking his
Of the
life.
year.
Former wide receiver Antonio Brown, yeah, that guy,
Yeah.
was involved in a shooting after a boxing event in May. According to the Washington Post, Brown was named in a warrant signed by a judge last Thursday with attempted murder with a firearm as the charge. Brown claims he was defending himself after he was jumped. Okay, I've seen the pictures. I've seen the video. Yes, he was jumped. What's he carrying a gun for? What's he carrying a gun to a boxing match?
Exactly.
I mean, here's the other point real quick. Antonio Brown is pretty well known. I mean, some people you don't recognize outside of uniform because they don't look any like distinguishable features or whatever. I could recognize John Elway. I would definitely recognize Peyton Manning, or Terrell Davis, but there's certain people you just don't. I've met some at the golf course. Oh, whoa, hey, that's pretty cool. I didn't recognize you outside, whatever. Okay. That being said, he's well recognized. He's well known. Why doesn't he have a freaking bodyguard or somebody? Why does he have to be packing? Why?
Yeah. I mean,
David Youngkin says, does anyone think Brown got hit one too many times in the head? Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what's interesting, and Darren, welcome to the show. Good to hear from you. He took the security guard's gun.
I didn't hear that.
Me. I did not hear that.
I did not hear that or read that anywhere.
Yeah, but
we don't know, but okay. But he had a gun. Now, here's the one thing I did read. When the police, because people called in, said there was a shooting, and this all happened in Dade County, Florida. And okay, so Dade County has a whole lot of problems. Anyway, so what happened was, according to the article, was that when the police got there, they detained Antonio Brown, but he didn't have the weapon on him. But they still took him in for questioning and released him. They didn't find. Now it also went on to say that now because there's video released and pictures and whatnot, that's why the warrant is out for his arrest.
Yeah. And I mean, you and I don't need a gun when we go out. I mean, if you're going to a fighting event, a boxing event with a gun, you're asking for trouble. You're asking to get into a fight. You're asking for a brawl. You're looking for trouble. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, if, as Darren says, he took the security guard's gun and he had security with him and did that, well, you're bringing security with you who's armed security to a fight. Yeah. You're looking for trouble. There are people who go to boxing matches looking to watch the boxing match and looking to have a separate event outside of the main event.
I mean, you want to have their own. You want to have their own match. Yeah. Well, but let me look at the flip side of that. The flip side of that, how I saw it, that you just presented, and if it's true that he took his bodyguard's gun, what's that tell you about the bodyguard? Why? I mean, you're just going to say, oh, yeah, just go grab it. Go do. He's not even trained. The bodyguard is supposed to be trained to know how to use a firearm. You would think, right? But Antonio Brown, he's not going to be trained. He's trained to play football. He ain't trained to shoot a gun. Why is he grabbing it if that's the case? So to me, that just sounds bad on both sides. David Young said, I keep my guns in the house and never take them outside.
Yeah. When if you understand the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, okay?
People take that a little bit too far, though.
They do take it a little too far, and we're not getting political here, but I understand and support, hey, if you need to have a weapon at your house, at your property, to protect your family, your well-being, that's fine. You take a weapon, a gun, out into the world, then you're asking for trouble. Mm-hmm. So that's my political statement tonight.
No, but I'll tell you, do these guys ever really think about the consequences? I mean, Antonio Brown is not a young kid. Darren says it wasn't his security guard. It was a security guard at the fights. That's what Adam Schefter reported. Wow.
Now that's even more serious trouble.
Wow.
You're basically disarming a security guard for the event to use his weapon in a malicious manner.
Wow.
If that is true, Darren, Antonio Brown's in much serious. And you're taking a weapon away from a security guard who is a hired personnel for an event to use in a personal manner.
And who's to say that Antonio Brown wouldn't turn on him?
Yeah, exactly.
The security guard would know.
Exactly.
Or shoot at the boxer who lost that he had a bet on. I'm just saying, I don't know.
You just, if that statement by Adam Schefter is completely true, you just brought a world of problems into Antonio Brown's world.
Yep.
I mean,
no doubt about it.
I mean, Jackass of the Year award nominee right there.
You think? Good gosh. I mean, when I saw that article, I'm like, wow, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. But now it's even worse if all that comes out. That is, oh man.
So I got a quick thing. I got to shift to one of their other beers, the El Señor. This is their Mexican lager. Pacifico, no, never again. Corona, ugh. El Señor.
Really? What's the flavor like?
Oh, so smooth with a slight dry aftertaste, little limeish. Oh,
cool.
No corn, and they do not use any cornstarch. Do not use any corn syrup or any of those cheap products that the Budweiser Corporation, Anheuser-Busch uses. They grow their own hops. This is over here in the fields that I'm looking at right now. Enjoy everything. Rich, how you doing?
Evening,
Good to
both. Hey, thank you, Richie Rich. Really do appreciate it, my friend. All right, let's back out of the jackass of the week because it can't get any worse. Well,
No,
yeah, I
no.
guess it could. I guess it could. Anyways, we'll be right back.
You suck, you jackass.
Oh,
All right, speaking of jackass.
hang on.
Yeah. Yes.
Rich had a question there.
Yes. Oh,
What
there you
brewery
go.
you at? So I am in Montrose, Colorado at Shelter Distilling, and it's a brewery and distillery all in one here. They've got their own beer lines, amazing beers. I've been tasting them all. They also have a distillery where
Tasting them all. They got like 20 of them.
they do their own vodka, whiskey, bourbon, rum, gin, coffee liqueurs. So if you're ever in the Montrose area, which is an hour and 15 south of Grand Junction or an hour away from Telluride, come to Shelter Distilling. You'll say hi to Jason. They'll take great care of you. The food here is amazing. You will love it.
There you go. Once again, we are not sponsored by them,
Not yet.
but we are promoting them. Why? Because they allowed Spence to be in their establishment. And so it's a trade-off, guys. It's a trade-off. We promote them, they're promoting us. So we really do greatly appreciate them. And the owner and the establishment, thank you guys so very, very much.
And the staff here is amazing. Gotta give it up to my man Gavin, who's taken amazing care of my parents and my son and my nephew here.
Who are eating there, by the way.
Who are there. I can actually see them. They're over in the plastic axe throwing section right now. The band's going on. Restaurant is full. People want to come into the distillery room here, and Jason said has been very respectful. And so thank you to the staff here at Shelter Distilling, and thank you for all the beers. I really appreciate it.
That's awesome, man. That is so awesome.
So everybody watching the show, you come in the Montrose area, you have to stop here. You got to stop here. It's worth the road trip.
Okay, well, we went from the jackass of the week / month / year to another kind of sort of jackass.
Drama ass.
Drama. There you go. There you go. You nailed it, dude. Here we go. Aaron Rodgers, that guy, has signed a 1-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Rodgers said, and I quote, "There were conversations with other organizations, but after speaking with Coach Mike Tomlin, there wasn't any other option for me. It was either here or I'm not playing." End quote. Yeah, think? Nobody wanted him. Hang on. Let me finish this up. Meanwhile, Rodgers was sporting a wedding ring. When asked, he said, "I got married about a couple months ago, but I don't want to reveal who the person is." I got a problem with that. And I'll tell you why. And then I'll get back to the football side of it. I was ecstatic to marry my wife. I know you were too as well, Coney. You were ecstatic.
Beyond ecstatic.
Why would you not want to? Okay, people say, well, because maybe she doesn't want to be in the spotlight. You know, maybe Aaron Rodgers doesn't want her to be another Brittany Mahomes. Okay, I get that. I understand that. But you don't have to put her in the limelight. Just name who it is. Who it is. Not going to go any different direction. Just name who it is. Okay? I mean, is it legit? Or as some of my people I talk to, friends of mine with football, maybe it's a ploy. Maybe it's not real. Maybe it's a fake. Maybe he's throwing the media for a curve. Whatever it is. I know people say, I don't give a frosty crank if he's married or not. I don't either. But why you got to be so secretive? And why do you have to just, oh, yeah, I got married a couple months ago. Why do you got to play the stupid game, Aaron? I hope he sucks in Pittsburgh. Go ahead.
You know, it's basically Aaron Rodgers trying to make bring all the attention to him, create all the drama. You want to know something? Shut up, Aaron. Glorify your wife. I glorify you. I put my wife on the program here. I love my honey. My honey just said, I hope your mom's driving you home after the beers. Well, she's sitting right over there waiting for me. So I glorify.
Anna, hang on real quick. Anna, I asked him that earlier on. I said, your parents drove you there, right? And he said, yeah. I said, okay, so he's safe. Don't worry about it,
just
kiddo.
in case,
He's
but
fine.
here, just so my wife can see it. I had one beer. I sipped another beer.
Oh, you didn't like that one?
Huh?
You didn't like the other one?
No, I like it. I just can't drink that much.
Oh, got it.
Because one was 5.2 alcohol, the other was 4.9% alcohol,
fine.
the other was 5.8% alcohol. I can't drink that much, so I support the business by buying their beers.
There you
I can't
go.
drink them all.
Yeah, and that's a good thing too. I know that you mentioned before we came on the air that they offered to pay for everything, and you said no. I think that's very commendable.
No, I'm going to pay for everything. But hang on. Got a question here before we get, Kona, that beer is what my mom drinks, light. No, this light one has got 5.8% alcohol. This is a pale ale.
No, the other one he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
Rich, I am not a conspiracy nut. Where did that come from?
No,
Where'd the conspiracy come from? What did I say?
Because Aaron Rodgers is playing games with all of us. He is an attention whore. Okay? It's all about me. Aaron, you've got one last chance. You're making $10 million a year. Russell Wilson, who is not half of the quarterback you are, is making double the amount you are. Stop with the drama. You know Mike Tomlinson of Pittsburgh is probably looking at all this going on. Whoa! Aaron,
I just lost my record of never losing.
I have said this on the previous show. Mike Tomlinson has never had a below 500 season. He might have it for the first time. I feel bad for him. I respect his coaching. I expect the way he's coaching. But Aaron Rodgers, first and foremost, he's not a team player. He's a culture destroyer, and he's going to have drama in that locker room 24/7. Yeah, he's going to win one game through a miracle, and he's going to act like he just cured cancer. You know what, Pittsburgh Steelers, enjoy not making the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers, if you truly love your wife, glorify her. Mm-hmm. I glorify my wife every way, shape, form possible.
Hear that, Anna?
No, I love my.
Of course, no, I'm just saying. Hear that, Anna? He will say it publicly, and I think that's fantastic. I say the same thing about my wife.
I love my boss. She is the boss.
I adore my wife. I really do. And I'm gonna tell you something real quick, going off script like we always do. Not script, but anyways. I've been married 28 years, and I think I started this 5 years into our dating before we got married. Anyways, there's a radio station out here in Southern California called KGB and FM 1015. Anyways, and what they would do is around Valentine's Day, they would have people call in and say, what do you do for Valentine's? What's your thing you do? And this lady called in and she said, I recently lost my husband in a horrible traffic accident. And, it happened around Valentine's, but she says he used to always leave me notes before he went to work in the morning. So I would find it by the coffee pot and read it and know what his thoughts were for me for the day or how he felt. And you're always uplifting thoughts. And I went, oh my gosh, I got to do that. Dude, I have done that every year for the last 35 years that I've been I missed one day and I went to work and realized I had forgotten to leave her a note and it crushed me. I said, I'll never do that again. At the golf course, every morning, get up. When I go to the golf course, I leave a note right by the coffee pot. It just tells her how I feel. I'm not saying that's what everybody should do, But that message that she said, because her husband was gone, and she said, I have his notes. I always know how he felt. I thought that was so cool. Anyway,
Rich, I
just want to
love,
pass that. So that's how I love my wife. Yes.
I love this comment by Rich. Here, let me be clear. If he actually isn't married, then I agree. But assuming he is naturally, he wants to keep her protected. Understand that. But when you play games with the media, that's what opens up other materials. Also, Kona, I'm the boss. My fiance wants to be it that way. Rich, I'm married to an amazing Latina. So is Bill. They're the boss.
Well, put it this way: if you piss them off, you'll realize they're the boss. You'll realize that real quick.
And Rich, and I've learned this through a wonderful friend. You're not the fiance, you're the financier. You're not the husband, you're the hostage. It's gonna happen that way.
Hey, he said it's. Did he say it's his girlfriend? Oh, fiance! Don't mess up with his marriage. He's trying to get married. Don't screw him up.
I'm not. I'm warning him. I'm giving him advice.
I don't know, man.
Oh well. Hey, victory.
Victory lap. What is up? He goes, yo. I say, yo, what's up? Hey, he said Pacers are winning, man. There you go. There you go.
Preseason football.
Basketball.
Oh, you mean the sport where one guy gets the ball, waves all four guys to the other side?
Your wife wants to know about the parents.
No, my parents have both been on the show before, honey. When they FaceTime me.
Oh, but she wants it. She wants.
Are we meeting the parents so I can get a pic? No, Mom doesn't want to be on the show.
No.
No.
Oh,
Mom's
okay.
shy.
It's all good. Okay, now we have talked many, many times on this show about the ownership group. Their open pocket book, so to speak. I mean, they tear up Empower Field or whatever it's called now. They tear up the field halfway through the season because they say they don't want the players to play on the turf that's been there and torn up. Okay, that's $400,000 to replace. Okay, then they go out and they renovate Mile High Stadium, and then they renovate Dove Valley. Well, guess what they've done now, guys? Yeah, listen to this. The Denver Broncos have purchased 10 properties ranging from vacant lots to warehouses near the state-owned Burnham Yard to the tune of $146 million.
Oh,
wait a minute.
Important thing.
In cash.
Straight cash, homie.
Cash. No bonds, no straight cash. Holy crap. This comes from the Business Den.
Mm-hmm.
A Broncos spokesperson said this, and I quote, no determinations have been made as to where, no determinations have been made as we continue to evaluate several options.
Yes.
In and around the Denver metro area, end quote. My problem with this is this. It says they purchased, but it's a spokesperson. It's not the Broncos. So what does that mean? Does that mean, do they have it? Is it going to be theirs? What's the deal here?
So they probably entered into a contract to purchase the land, which is exactly as a business, as what sports enterprise business is now, is you want to control everything. Now, the Broncos, they're leasing Mile High Stadium. They don't own that, so they do not control it. All the space they have around Mile High Stadium, they don't have a controlling interest of. So now our lease ends in, I believe,
2030.
2030. So a very business acumen savvy move by the ownership group. Purchase land, develop your own stadium. You own all of the property. You own all the hotels, all the bars, all the restaurants, all the bowling alleys. I say that because you need that to host a Super Bowl. All the golf courses, everything around it. sports entertainment wise is yours. You're making revenue off of it. You're not, the stadium that you have is not just for football, it's for concerts, even for some Chiefs fan named Taylor, whatever. Oh, who cares? You control the value, you control the revenue, you control the income, you control what is coming out of your entity. You're not have to relying on, oh, hey, can this the parking lot is owned by someone else making all the revenue. The security is owned by something else. The stadium is owned by someone else. The hotels is no, you control that entity as we're speaking right now. And that's what a smart business savvy entity is right now. That is sports entertainment, because it's not just Broncos season. It's not just NFL season. It's 24/7 year-round sports entertainment. You have to be involved with it. You have to be making revenue. If I'm owning a sports franchise, I want to be making revenue 12 months out of the year, not just the 4 to 5 months that the football season's occurring. I want to make revenue in the off season. I want to have my assets grow. I want to be in a more favorable business position. You own the stadium, you control the stadium. Any changes you want to make to the stadium, yours. You have the business entity right there next to the stadium. So if you have to have a press conference, you can go there. You have the practice fields right there next to everything is right there close to you. Very savvy move, very good business acumen, and a great investment for the long term. Now, I know the opposite side is going to say, well, Mile High Stadium, that's Denver. That's controlled by the. You want to know something? If you are a business owner, do you want the city controlling how your product is sold?
But how far is Burnham Yard from Denver? I mean, is it
South.
I know it's south, but I mean, is it like, I mean, it's like, 20 miles or something?
No. Oh, God, I'm pulling it up on the map. I think there may be about 10.
Because the reason why I'm asking is because Denver is Denver. You've got the Nuggets, you got the Avalanche, these guys, Nuggets, Avalanche, and Broncos, all within walking distance of the and Rockies. They're all right there. You can walk if you have a game. This would be fantastic. This would be my dream. If you had a Bronco game on a Saturday, or excuse me, Bronco game on a Saturday afternoon or evening, Saturday night game, and then the next day, Sunday, you had a Rockies game at 1 and an Avalanche game at 7. You could go to all three in walking distance. That's not going to happen with this. And I'm wondering if that is a problem for fans.
No, it's actually near downtown Denver. It's just south. It's actually maybe about a few miles south of the 70 freeway, just off the 25 at West 6th Street. So,
oh, okay.
It keeps it in downtown Denver. So
they will have Denver taxes then. They will have Denver type of control, or no?
No, it will be within Denver city and county limits.
Okay.
So, but this is property they own. So think about all this. You have a stadium. Mm-hmm. You build hotels. The road team comes and stays in your hotel. You have restaurants. You have bars. The road team comes. Their fans come. Your fans come. You've got all those bars and restaurants. You've got the bowling alleys. What needed to be for the Super Bowl. I think you had to have a golf course also.
Yep.
So you have enough. This is a big land area. The golf course might be a stretch, but having all the other businesses that you control, that you are making revenue off of 12 months out of the year, that is going to be favoring this end. I like it. I understand And I understand those people. It's like, well, Mile High, it's a tradition. It's where they should be. They're there. That's where they grew up. That I understand that. But in this business world where you've got to look after your own business interests and your own franchise, I support it. And you know what? Mile High Stadium has been a great stadium. I look forward to seeing what the Walmart family develops for a new stadium.
Well, you know what? The whole thing is, Walton is married to Stan Kroenke's sister. So you don't think he's going to be picking Stan Kroenke's head and going, "Hey, what do you give me some kind of
what's
design."
going to be interesting is the
but
Walmart.
Wait a minute, real quick. Would that be conflict of interest if that ever got out? It would be. So now you got a big issue. So maybe he won't go there. I don't know.
But think about this. You've got the Walton family that owns 2 major professional franchises. You've got the Kroenke family that owns 2 major franchises in Colorado. Wish one of them would buy the Rockies, please.
I know.
Please.
Well, can either one of them do it?
Yes.
Stan Kroenke doesn't own a baseball team, does he?
No, he owns the Quebec Nordiques. I mean,
you stop the Avalanche. These guys.
Colorado Avalanche and the Denver Nuggets. The Walton family.
That's right.
The Broncos.
Broncos.
I would love if the Walton family could buy out the Rockies. Please, please, guys.
Yeah, then it would be 2-2, and it'd be so much fun. It'd be, you know what? It would literally be family owned. The entire sports world in Colorado would be family owned. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Families who are invested in not just business, invested in Colorado itself.
Absolutely. Going back to Stan Kroenke, when he built SoFi Stadium, and I know you're familiar with that stadium being north of me, but the bottom line is when you look at that stadium, what does the NFL, when they showcase that game, anytime they showcase that game on primetime, what do they show? They show the water out front, the nice scenery out front. Then they kind of zoom in to where the stadium is. That's what it's about. Yeah. It's about the outside. Now, when the Broncos games are being shown, what do they show? They show east downtown. Why? Because west looks like crap. I'm sorry to say, but it does. West of Denver.
Rocky Mountains.
No, not Rocky. I'm not talking about Rocky Mountain. I'm talking about structures. They show the east of downtown because you got all that slum area east. If they zoom in, now they do zoom in on the Rocky Mountains. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about landscape, like what they do, but what do they do in SoFi? They show the outside because it's gorgeous, right? Denver could do the same thing. They could set up things looking so great, and then looking to the west, then you would get the Rockies. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, I hear you. And when they show SoFi Stadium, they show the ocean, and then they, of course, edit it out so you don't see what's between the ocean and SoFi Stadium. Then you get to SoFi Stadium.
Sure.
And I've been to SoFi before. It's huge. It's a monstrosity. I'm looking forward, and I wish Rudy was around. I'm looking forward to going to Vegas to watch a game there because I've had so many friends who have said it's so interpersonal in Vegas. Plus, you can walk right across the street to the casinos. So
my nephew Bobby went there when the Chargers played the Vikings. He's a big Vikings fan, and Vikings won that game, which is great. And so he said it is absolutely amazing. He said the screen that hangs from the rafters, literally, is beyond impressive. He said it is absolutely mind blowing. Just the enormous size of it, Victor Knapp says, "Got to be nice to have Walmart money." No kidding.
Hey, Walmart family, if you want to invest in the MHRT network or this show, please go ahead.
We will welcome. Hey, we're not asking for 146 million. We will just take, I don't know,
$146.
$146 a show. We'll take that. We'll take that.
Yay.
That's nothing. You know what that is? You know what that is to Walmart?
That's coins that fell out of their pocket.
It's like, whoa, what was that? Oh,
Yeah.
that was 146 bucks. Ah, never mind.
Yeah.
It's all good. Yeah, leave it for the other guys. Oh, yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Hour and 10 minutes and counting into the show. You guys in the chat have been fantastic. Thank you
Thank
guys
you,
so
guys.
much. Thanks once again before we get to the last topic, and then we'll end it with concluding with where Spence is. Spence, one more time, go ahead and give a major plug to where you are and a very huge gratitude and thanks for allowing you to be there. Thank you so much.
Yep, I am at Shelter Distilling in Montrose, Colorado. Montrose is an hour north of Telluride and an hour 15 minutes south of Grand Junction here in Colorado. They do some amazing brewings of some beers. They've got a Mexican lager. They've got a pale ale. I already drank one of their other ones,
One of their other ones.
Amber, the Twilight Amber. I'm sorry, trying to remember. They've got 20 beers on tap here. Amazing job. Behind me, you can see the distillery where they do their original bourbon, whiskey, gin, vodka, rum, coffee liqueurs. A huge shout out to Jason, one of the owners, and to Gavin, who took care of my family tonight. If you're anywhere near the area, you got to stop in. The food is amazing. Great value. You get amazing bang for your buck. They've got a band that's here, plenty of TVs, a great bar, lots of people. This house is fun. Oh, they got us on one of the TVs.
Guys, I was just going to say, I hope they do. Thank you
One
so
of the
much,
TVs
guys.
in the far end. Some customers just waved. I'm waving at the customers.
Really do appreciate. Thank you so much for allowing us to be in your establishment. We're beyond grateful and just absolutely super appreciative. So we want to give you all the shout out that we can. And thanks once again. Really do appreciate it. Okay. Now, you ready for the last topic? This is not going to sit well with you, Kona.
Oh, it's about the LA Kings. Yes.
That's not what this says. That's not what that says. It says Kale McCarr, Avalanche.
Kopitar.
Kale McCarr, Avalanche defenseman, has been voted the recipient of the 2024-2025 James Norris Memorial Trophy. People are like, what the heck is that? Well, it is awarded to the defenseman who demonstrates throughout the season as the greatest, not good, not okay, the greatest all-around ability at his position. McCarr garnished 176 of the 191 first place votes. Hail Kale, baby. This guy is amazing. Love him. The Avalanche, if they ever get rid of him, I am done with Colorado. Avalanche, not Colorado. I'm done with the Avalanche. You don't get rid of Kale McCarr ever. He needs to retire. And Avalanche, he's the best defenseman in all of hockey, obviously, this past season. And I am just ecstatic to be an Avalanche fan, to have an Avalanche hat, to have the 2022 Avalanche Stanley Cup champion team still pretty much intact, and just looking forward to 25-26 NHL season. I'm sorry, Kona, that hit home, but you got something on your end with the LA Kings. Go ahead.
Yes. For the third straight year, Anze Kopitar is the winner of the Lady Byng Trophy, given annually to the NHL player who displays the most gentlemanly conduct.
Well, hold on. Lady
Byng Trophy.
Lady?
Lady. Yeah.
As being the most
gentlemanly conduct.
I know, but I'm just so like he escorts ladies and bizarre. Okay, I get it.
No, he's the most respectful guy on the ice, and he's the captain of the LA Kings.
He goes and hugs people when he sees them. Oh, hey, man,
he's
I love you, man.
He doesn't. He doesn't try to start fights and punk hockey players.
Kopitar, hey, in all honesty, Kopitar is a fantastic player.
Yes,
he really is. He's a great skater. Handles the puck amazingly. I remember. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but how long has Kopitar been in the league?
12 years, I believe.
Okay. Okay. 12 years. He's always been with the Kings.
Yes.
Okay. That's what I thought. Okay. All right. Now, are the San Diego Gulls still the farm team of the Kings, or is that the Ducks?
I think that's the Ducks. And
Okay.
Ansi Kopitar actually first started in the NHL in 2006,
19 years ago?
19 years ago, and he's still going strong.
Wow. Wow. I did not think he was anywhere near that length of service. Holy
So
smokes,
while
man.
Bill and I might disagree on our hockey teams, we both can agree on one thing, that we were prematurely eliminated from the playoffs by two teams who should not have gone any further.
Yep.
Dallas and Edmonton. Yes, Edmonton's in the Stanley Cup final, but the Kings had them in game, beat them in game one, beat them in game two, had them in game three.
Beat him in game 3. You guys were up 3-0.
No, we were up 2-0 and
Oh.
up by 2 goals with 10 minutes to go in game 3. Lost game 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. We lost to Dallas, and I'm glad Dallas is eliminated. I can't stand him. Can't stand him one bit. Guys, that pretty much wraps up tonight's show. Just so ecstatic to everyone that's in the chat. Thank you so much for participating, for your support. I really do mean that from the bottom of my heart. Because without this show, without you guys in the show, this wouldn't be a show. So we really do appreciate 100,000%. Kona, on our way out, before we go, one more time where you are, and then I want you to give a huge shout out, however you want to do it. But before that, happy Father's Day once again to each and every one of you who are fathers biologically or not. If you're a dad, you are still considered to be recognized on Father's Day. You've done your job, you've raised your kid, and you've taken on the responsibility. And that's the bottom line. Okay? Happy Father's Day, guys. Go out and celebrate. Be safe. We want to see you all back in the chat next Friday, wherever Kona Spence may be. That may be a mystery. I have no idea.
I have no idea. Who knows? Someone else in Colorado might be saying, come to our brewery, come to our distillery. But we got to say thank you to everybody in the chat. We'll first start with Terry Speed, who 2 hours before the show wanted to know where I was. So, Terry, thank you so much for being a part of the chat. David Yonkin, appreciate all your comments. Robert Moreno, the suspense was killing you. I'm in a brewery. We're Broncos Buzz. We're celebrating that. Flying Dragon, great to have you on our show. Thank you so much for your comments. I, of course, got to say thank you to my honey. I love you immensely every day, every hour, every minute. I eat bananas. Hey, great to have you part of it. I eat Broncos. I'm tired. I eat bananas. That's a Raider fan. I eat bananas 5. So thank you for being a part of the show. Really appreciate you coming in. I can't pronounce his name. Thank you for being a part of the show. Let's see, Robert, going through the Darren. Thank you so much for your input. Hey, Darren, if you have more information about what happened with Antonio Brown, please share it with us. We really need some more insight. Rich, thank you so much for your text. We appreciate.
Put that back up. Put that back up to the camera. That thing looks like water. Wow, that is white, huh?
I'm not drinking as much.
No, I'm just saying it's light.
It's very light, and it's got a great aftertaste to it.
Nice. All right, back to chat.
Appreciate it. Vic, Victory Lap, thank you so much. Some fans are waving at me. Thank you, guys. Thanks to all the patrons here at Sheltered Distilling. Really appreciate it. Thank you again to my honey for letting me do this. Thank you to my parents, my son, and of course, a very special happy Father's Day to my dad, who today, like I said, we took his grandchildren out fishing, and he got to see his grandchildren each catch some fish. Great day in Colorado. It's always a beautiful day in Colorado.
Amen.
Bill, thank you for letting me do the show here remotely. Thank you to Jason and Gavin with Shelter Distilling for letting me doing all this. I've had a lot of fun. I've had a great view out here. Oh, I've got a little girl who's waving at me. Hi. Yes.
You're a celebrity, dude. You're a celebrity.
No, I'm just a part of the great show that we're having tonight. So thank you all for being a part of Broncos Buzz and supporting our show.
Guys, it has been an absolute pleasure. Glad to take you remotely. Really hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you enjoyed the different directions. This is not a show that was promoting alcohol. We were promoting an establishment, and that's what we were allowed to do. And I want to thank the owner. I'm sorry, the name.
Jason.
I'm sorry. No, Jason. Yeah, but the owner, the business. Sorry, I want to say what's the name of the business?
Shelter.
I don't know why I want to say shelling. Shelter Distilling. Thank you so much, Jason, for your hospitality, for allowing Conan and Spence to be in the establishment to broadcast live remotely. We thank you greatly, and we really look forward to your business growing and doing a land office business. Thank you so much once again for allowing us to broadcast from your establishment. Spence, go ahead and take us out, my friend.
And I want to say this to the chat. If you want us to come to a local pub or supporter of our program and the Broncos, you tell me what place you'd like for either me or Bill to go to. We'll see if we can be there. We want to promote as many businesses as possible. We support all the pubs, the breweries, the sports bars who support the program and care all about this program. So thank you so much to everybody out there. Honey, I didn't drink that much, so my mom is looking at me right now with the evil eye, so I got to get going. So Bill, take us out.
All right, guys, thanks once again. Happy Father's Day to each and every one of you. We will see you next Friday. Till then, bye-bye.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast record